We are 12. Go Hawks!
Regular season episode. Seahawks beat Bengals as Steelers up next on the road.
Welcome to another We Are 12 Go Hawks. The Seahawks in action later today against the Steelers. But before I mention my kind of pre-match thoughts, it's going to be all in this video, but I have to mention last week's game against the Bengals. It was, well, fortunately, we won it 21-20. But we didn't really get going until really the second half, you got to say that. Well, the second half of the first half. Yeah, that's what I was meant to say. The second half, the second quarter of the first half, because the first quarter it was just didn't really get going at all. The Bengals, with their quarterback, for example, and Andy Dalton, really solid, linking up with John Ross quite well. And yeah, in the game, making those 2 touchdowns for their team and successful on those field goals. But mentioning field goals, really happy that we also were successful, and of course seeing Chris Carson link up with with the team and Russell Wilson. It's good. We've got to have Chris Carson as well has to have a big season, as well as Rashard Penny and I think Tyler Lockett. It was nice to see Tyler Lockett also get a touchdown for us, and before that Chris Carson, 1 rushing touchdown and 1 receiving touchdown. But yeah, it was really good to see that link-up play. Now it's the first game. It's always you kind of tend to kind of maybe not struggle, but it takes maybe a week or 2, maybe 3 or 4 to get into that rhythm, and we're going to get there. I believe we are going to get there. I was really impressed early on with Clowney. I think he was really solid. But the play for me in this game that impressed me most was Quinton Jefferson. I think he was, he had those sacks. He had those plays, made those plays really solid, really solid. And I think that's going forward. We need that. We need, of course, injuries. We need to stay clear of injuries. It's not going to be easy because very contact sport. But hopefully we can stay clear of injuries and win those games. So yeah, delighted about the win, 21-20 last week. Today on the road, it's going to be interesting. Might not be so easy to get to the quarterback, but we'll see. I'm hoping for a win. I don't really want to over-talk about my pre-match thoughts because I can't really influence anything. I prefer to share my thoughts after a game in more detail. So all I'm going to say now is I think we're going to, hopefully win it. Might be a close game, something like, maybe not as close as 21-20, but maybe something like 24-5 to 19, something like that for the Seahawks. That's my pre-game guess. Anyway, so yeah, go Hawks! Go Hawks!
Go Hawks!